and the whole screen rocked. And I think it was slowed down through traffic pressure because it's never
Oh no, she's not.
Record.
So I donated to the archive.
Sorry, the line for the bottom is this one, not this one, as I told you last time. So, in 1931, for the moment, and it's a Gloria Swanson feature, and it's fairly, there's a lot of primitive things about it. It's not reckoned to be a wonderful film of hers. The photography, who is by two photographers, one of who's James Wong Howe, I think is very, very good. It looks to me, it's a very sharp 16mm reduction, and it's well, I wouldn't say it's as good as 35, but it's very, very sharp. It's very nice to see that early print's not foggy and badly transferred. There is one little problem, is that towards the end of a couple of the reels, the film begins to rise and fall just a few times before the reel finishes. It's somehow in the printing it had slipped somehow. It's not too bad. It only happens about, I think, 6 or 7 times before the end of the reel. But it's a strange flaw in what's otherwise a pretty good transfer. Now, the film should be an hour and a half, and it's just over an hour, so there is about 20 minutes of the story missing. I ran it last night, and I must say that I didn't notice that there were gigantic gaps, except near the beginning when Gloria Swanson is talking to her new boyfriend. The old boyfriend suddenly cuts in talking to her sister, and there's a little bit of exposition, which you realise by the cuts that there had actually been a good bit more. And then she suddenly arrives at an apartment, and they're in an apartment already, and you realise you would have seen them going there, and there would have been a bit of introduction. But it doesn't affect the story too much. One of the things, of course, is to realise is that in that times, the fact that Gloria Swanson is made out to have lived with her boyfriend. It's in a different age. This was really shocking, and it's interesting how they've got round the censorship of this situation of living in sin by, when she breaks up with him, she hands him his golf bag. So we're making it clear that he lived on the premises when she throws him out. So that's all. You have to think that you're back in these days when everything was very different, and the morals and the censorship.
What is the purpose of this?
Pardon?
It's the archive.
What?
It's an archive of the archive.
Oh yeah, I occasionally bring it along. Second time, I brought it once before.
But it's not there now. See, this is now. It's only relatively bad. So it needs that very top, the very top of the top, cutting down a bit.
So I don't like it. It's the top. I like to hear it.
Yeah, that's ideally.
That's scratch and everything.
The lighting's not brilliant.
Yes. Yeah, I like the dark bands.
What do you think of it, David?
Well, I liked it. It was very fast at first, and it seemed to slow down a bit in the middle.
Yeah.
But
Who was the other chap in it?
Arthur Lake and
Arthur Lake. I don't know him.
The tall, gangly one.
The guy, he made all those Blondie comedies.
Yes.
Penny
He was an
Singleton.
RKO in 29, 30, 31.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Well, as David said.
Well, he did all these little Blondie second features they used to show on television,
Hmm.
and that was it. He made about 9 of them with Penny
So
Singleton.
he was Dagwood.
Dagwood, yeah, Dagwood Bumstead.
Who is Dagwood Bumstead?
Well, he was the sort of man in the family. They had a baby. I can't remember the name of the baby, and a dog in the family. They were little family comedies. Columbia, I think, with them, and they brought them out on telly.
Kind of like a Frank Spencer character, was he? He was always messing up.
Well,
and
always
she was kind of
he
the
was always
stronger
getting
one.
the sack in the office and getting mad schemes and all the rest of it. And she was, you know, Penny Singleton was standing by him and all the rest of it. So he'd get mixed up in, you know, fights with the boss and that. They're quite fun. I recorded quite a few of them, I think.
Who is the sister in it?
Oh, that's I can't remember.
No.
Is it called? What's it called? No Exit.
No.
Oh, I thought I saw No Exit on the title.
I'll check it now. I wrote it down.
Indiscreet?
Indiscreet, the Ingrid Bergman film that you've got.
I don't know who the younger
I do, yeah. Oh, really?
The top blue top lip. What's that?
Did I bring right through the roll, or did I just bring?
No,
a
you
piece?
brought the whole roll. It's here.
Did I? Good. That's a business. Thanks. Oh, I need to find this book.
You said there was a reel missing there, Ron, in that film.
It's about 20 minutes missing, so, but probably not a whole spool.
Another metal one. Of course, look, they're all.
Yeah.
Why was her voice so high pitched?
How do you mean high pitch? The sound was
Well, the only other sound film I've seen her in is in yes, and her voice is very different in that.
She's much older, so her voice changes.
Well, she's an adult in both films. And what I'm suggesting is that possibly her voice is naturally high in that film.
Unnaturally high.
Yeah.
That I couldn't tell you.
And was that her singing?
I would think so. She made records.
She had a good voice.
She made an HMV record, which I have somewhere.
Oh.
And I think she's done more than that. I think she's done several records.
You don't know if that was her last film at all?
What's that what?
That was her last film at all?
Last film when?
The last sound film she made before.
No. Oh, I don't think so.
David said she only made 5. Or...
Well, that might be right. She made 3 for Bedroom C, which is a terrible thing and having some strange colour, like city colour. Will I stop it and put it on to the... It's nice and true anyway.
Oh, it does.
It's because one of the problems was that the oh God, listen to that, I can hear the wind catching on the spot. Thanks, I've got it here. Yeah.
We've got 2 features on there now. Twice as many.
You'd probably get 2 hour ones, I would say.
Yeah.
2 shorty ones. So now we'll see what it is. The More the Merrier, Claudette Colbert. It's a lovely film. Lovely, it's a very nice comedy. I was thinking of screening that, of course I didn't know where it was.
You'd only need to have rewound it.
I'd only need to rewound it and it could have gone on again.
With awful lighting, and the people are all a bit sort of embarrassed at having to
Might see John.
finding oil.
I was thinking it must have been very sad that you didn't have the 3rd signature.
Presented through the eyes of a young boy.
You know, it must have sort of struck you, perhaps. All times, I mean, you know, strikes you all the time, I'm sure, but... Well, it has the year.
They find the oil, they buy it. Company buy it, and you become a millionaire.
Was that Swanson's normal voice at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in Sunset Boulevard, her voice is deeper.
Yes, I said it was slightly
And I
estranged.
thought it was as though she was putting on a slight
So you must
falsetto
see
voice.
that. Kevin, you must see that. That's the documentary I've got of 1924.
It's the old Gilbert
40
thing.
minutes on the MGM studio, which you only see excerpts from.
Yeah.
Turn around the whole lot.
And have everybody else recording.
Yeah, and they go into the studio and they introduce everything. All the cameramen on the lawn, all the actors. And this is the nurse who looks after her. This is the power station where they, this is the people who do all the payrolls. They all come out on the lawn in lovely summer, just smiling at the cameras. It's lovely. It's just the whole feel of the studio.
My parents met her
It was like a little family.
because of the connection with my father.
Of course, it was fast, but I mean,
That's after the Marquis de la Falaise. Hank, is that who it was? Because David's got a film that he produced.
Oh yeah, it's
Haven't you?
a documentary. Yeah, in colour.
Yeah. This is,
We were shown it Pordenone.
Yes, I remember seeing it.
is that the one with Michaela Armand Dennis? Is that a different film?
No, that's a different one. That's 1931. That one.
But wasn't there a Hollywood actor or actress involved in the Armand Dennis one? Or am I wrong?
No, somebody Roosevelt and did the music. And different composer. It's a tinted one. It's very old now. I have got a little bit of a German one. I think it's made by Plastic, but it's only a sequence, so I don't know. I'll tell you what I have got. It was the Tommy Casey sent it over years ago for you, and I've never got round to letting you know. It's about half a reel, 35, and very passionate about some serial. I'll look it out now and try to clear it through. I don't know whether it's a project. He sent it to me, and somehow or other it's just sort of got. But it's with the silent bits.
And I must see that covered wagon to see what the tinting looked like.
It's not particularly strong. Well, I said to Bob, he says, to leave for the weekend, I said to Bob and Agnes, I'll walk downstairs, just have a look at what I've got to do. And they're talking now, I went to a low-level site centre last Tuesday, and I said I'd like to get somebody to help with reading and writing. She showed me a closed-circuit TV thing, and it was $1,200, and plus VAT, but you couldn't get to VAT off if they get a letter from the hospital. And she tested my eyes and she said, I think it could be registered as blind. So here I registered as blind. It was supposed to be going through 250 features and 3,500 videos.
But it is
And people wanted me to go.
It's not cataract.
No, it's called macular Well, the good thing about it, unless you catch some other diseases, you don't get blind. Well, that's what the doctors say, yeah. Who's got it?
A friend of mine in America, she's 98, and she thinks she is going blind, so I'll tell her she isn't.
Well, I mean, it could be just at that age. Some could be just the eyes giving up. Not every doctor says it's 90%.
So, who uses what they produce?
You've forgotten the title of the film. Just put it on.
It's to all of us. I'm just trying to think of this man who, this chap who did the heavy, who was in reminded me of a very famous actor who did a lot of films with Connie Kennington.
I don't know what the volume would be, so I've turned it a bit down so it doesn't come on with a crash. So if it's not loud enough, I am aware of it.
What happened? Who was the young fellow in that film?
Ben Lam.
No, the younger man. The young.
Oh, Arthur Lake.
Blondie.
Oh.
Blondie man.
But who was the other man with the moustache thing? The man with the tash.
Munro Osley. Oh yes, Osley. And I thought he was.
Can you imagine a man going 3 times the marathon? But the food...
Dull domesticity you're living in now. Dead weight to both of us. There. We'll have our love, John. But it must never lose its freshness. It must go on, leading us to greater things.
I've achieved nothing. Alone I've been a failure.
John, do you think that I would have come to you above all men if I believed that? Do you think for one instant you'd be here with a girl as determined as I am? Oh, no. I know I'm right. We both have our dreams of greatness and the strength to achieve them. Chance gave mine direction, that's all. I know where I'm going. You're still bewildered. Still wondering what the thing of beauty is that you want to build. Why, it's right in your possession now, the very thing you think you detest. Been blind, that's all, John. It's the dream your father left you. Your vast business. Build that. Build that into something awesome. Beautiful. Make it the world's greatest industry. Build as greatly as you can vision it. That's art. That's beauty. Enough for any man.
By heaven, you're right.
But John, once you start, you can't waver. You can't be soft, nor pitying, or think of the suffering of the others. You must sacrifice everything to success. Trample on the world's neck. There's nothing in it but you and your dream. That's the way I see it. That's the way I'll travel to the top. And oh, John. John, how I want you to come with me.
I'll go with you, Laura.
Will you? Promise me to be ruthless. Ruthless as our love.
Who's in that one?
Fully comp.
Ralph Richardson. It's a little style pyramid released it in England. It's a little British one he did, about the only one he did in England. It's about sort of newspaper men and exaggerating and things. It's quite... I think Doug Fairbanks Jr. is in it. I'm not certain of that, but I know Richardson's in it. No, interesting.
No, I'm just saying it because when I changed over 2 years ago to this kind of direct line was like 60 odd, you know, full no claim. And I got this like through the dealer as I bought it, and it was about 60ish, 70ish then, which seemed very cheap because I was already paying nearly 200.
I'm sure there's nothing in that. You keep pointing at everybody.
It was still below 300. And then it came through to yesterday.
You want to look at your house? I had a look at that once.
And it said,
remember in Gymnast not long I videoed you with the projector?
And you've got that, have you? On video?
And they were sort of apologising.
And we was trying to get hold of Ron and see if he says anything definite about what he's going to do.
So I'm just saying, look, I can give you another. It's Sun Alliance. They say they insure 70,000 Volvo owners. And they obviously like Volvos.
One of them.
Which I don't know when we'll have to get.
That's a very good insurance.
It's a double machine. It's 1635 on the same. You'll see. No, German.
Not so much on value, is it? Because most of the time.
Well, I bought a second machine, which is coming down from Cumbria, which is an identical one. So I'll have a double 16 and a double 35, so I can change over on each. Because what the drag of it is, you see that if you want to show a 16, you've got to take out all the leaders, join it all up together, and then of course I never get round to putting them all back again. I lose, the leaders get mislaid, and so on. So this means that...
When's a good time, not this urgent, but when's a good time to catch you? Only to talk or to... Yeah, when you're sitting at the screen, you know what I mean? When you might be... It's not very often, because it's in weeks or something. Is it? You answered me last week.
Yeah, stop and refresh or else
Oh, is it?
join it up on the...
No, I never know a good time to catch you. I mean, you're working in the morning. You're working.
6 features through there on big schools.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to disturb you because I was painting today. I mean, I know what it's like if somebody phones you up and you're in the middle of the paintbrush going dry, you know, it happened to me today. I was painting a radiator.
This building, there's no...
You know. Yeah. Well, I could always...
This man here might be brown on a shrunken film. Now David has a lovely West Star, single West Star, as you know. Now his Westar's got 4 picture sprockets, so they're small wraparound, and he runs lovely old silent. I mean, you ran that old Vitagraph, and it cranks away.
It's very good on it. It won't take
Your light
very well.
output, what do you use for
Well,
light?
Chris brought me 2 lights. I use an IQ, low-level IQ for the nitrate, and I use a 250, 600, no, 650 watt for the safety when I get round to it. But I chiefly use the low-level one.
Well, I had the first horrifying experience of putting one of my favourite films on, and it began to lose its loop. And I always said, when that goes, I go.
Was this 16?
Yeah, Kodascope.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because the thing that you need to do is to get a machine with a Maltese cross. Yeah, with an intermittent sprocket.
Would you recommend one?
Well, they're difficult to find, because I have an old one next door that I was using, but the sound was so unpredictable. There's 2. The problem is they're big. You could get a Hortson, if you can find a Hortson, H-O-R-T-S-O-N. They're French. Well, the Cinémathèque Française had about 5 of them when I was there last. Hortson, H-O-R-T-S-O-N. The problem that where you'll find difficulty, I think, is finding a table model. That's going to be quite complicated. I think they probably did them, and they have a small intermittent sprocket that size. See the sprocket here. I'll show you the sprocket here.
They're too busy. They're going to Miami, or they're doing
I don't know if it works or not.
See, what you haven't seen, and Ron has had them all. I did a video of them all. That stuff I got from the chap in Canterbury, all shorts.
You've got some silent stuff as well, haven't you?
Some of them, well, not a lot. I mean, I have, but it's all time, you see, to get it ready.
He went out just now. He may have gone to a loo.
Tony's just said Sunday's very bad for him. Now, this is without asking Ron, or Martin, or Malcolm. So it looks, well, anyway, we'll wait and see what they say.
Well, go ahead, if I can fit it, I can't, but I know that I'm due to go next Saturday to someone's 40th birthday party, and
well, I still don't know whether
I do come, I do quite a lot of Saturdays. I go to film shows, and something else turns up, I really have to. I mean, tonight, Marion's gone out with Barbara to see a play, which I could have gone to, but we got mixed up, and my brother's looking after the kids, and my other brother's got bringing in some furniture, so really I should have been at home. But it's nice seeing these 2 old films. I didn't know. Do you know he was going to show these, did you?
No, well, you told me he was going to show a very modern film. You told me you said it was a good one, but you may have told me the title.
I don't remember the title. He's obviously changed his mind.
Yeah.
But you enjoy them? Were you surprised?
I did. Oh, very surprised. The second one, of course, I have seen on video, but it's a fairly long while ago, and it holds the interest. But the first was the most interesting, of course.
Yeah, I prefer the second one personally.
Oh, I prefer them as a film. Yeah, I agree. Well, to be fair to them, the first one is not really.
Would Frank have enjoyed this if he'd still been here?
I said that to Ron 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It was a Frank program.
Frank would have loved
that
this,
lovely hat that Ben Lyon was wearing.
Yeah.
Ben Lyon is so good.
Love these films. Oh, it's nice thing because I like watching the old stuff, and quite often you get an old first half and not an old second half.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd have a good second half.
Well, I didn't know either. Actually, I didn't know what we were.
I didn't know what he was going to show.
No,
I told you it was going to be a new film, and I was
nice sound on
first off. I never know what's going to be on.
Nice.
Did anybody ever have 16mm sound like that?
No.
What was wrong with the sound?
No, it was good. We were saying how good it was. Good Warner's track.
Well, the first track was
my ears aren't good enough to distinguish.
Ben Lyon always came over very well.
Good as 35.
Yeah. Well, almost. It's slightly different sound. Oh, it is very good. This is a good system here. Yeah. You haven't seen a modern track on the 16 yet. It's very good. I saw a modern track.
Did Ron tell you the good news about the projector?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I mentioned. Yes, he told me during the week.
Are you going to 9.5 at Momi next month? They're doing evening. David Wyatt's doing evening 9.5.
Sure. That's my bag.
There's a thing on the 27th. Is it Colin Mumber told me
I probably
at
will because it's impossible.
Film Fair at Westminster.
Really?
Yeah. There's no parking there. It starts 6:15.
No, Momi 7:30 always.
Or whatever. 7:30.
Yeah. It's 9.5 evening though. You see all these 9.5 films. They're even doing a Joe Morgan film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.